Some of the most successful people in the world are not the kindest. They are not the most moral. They are not the most compassionate. And deep down, you already know this. You've watched people who lie, manipulate, exploit, and step on others rise faster than people who try to do the right thing. You've seen ruthless people win while good people stay stuck. And the most disturbing part? It's not accidental. It's not luck. It's not karma failing. There are specific psychological advantages that bad people use often unconsciously that the average person avoids because they were taught it was wrong. Today, we're exposing those advantages, not to glorify evil, but to wake you up. Because once you see this clearly, you can choose power without becoming corrupt. Let's begin. 1. They are not emotionally burdened by guilt. Most people are weighed down by guilt. They overthink. They replay conversations. They ask, was I too harsh? What if they misunderstand me? What if I hurt someone's feelings? That emotional weight slows action. The worst people don't carry that weight. They don't emotionally pay for their decisions in advance. They don't punish themselves internally. They don't seek moral approval before moving. This creates speed. And in the modern world, speed beats purity. While others hesitate, they execute. While others self-reflect, they self-advance. They move first, then deal with consequences later, if at all. 2. They separate feelings from outcomes. Good people are taught to care how everyone feels. Bad people are trained by life or instinct to care how things work. They understand something uncomfortable. Success is not about being liked. It's about being effective. They are willing to fire people without emotional collapse. Say no without explaining. Walk away without closure. Make decisions that hurt feelings but grow results. They don't confuse kindness with competence. This emotional detachment gives them clarity, and clarity produces leverage. 3. They understand human weakness deeply. Here's a hard truth. The worst people study human behavior more honestly than good people ever do. They don't idealize humanity. They don't assume people are fair. They don't expect gratitude. They understand. People respond to incentives. People follow confidence, not morality. People respect strength more than kindness. People lie when it benefits them. This realism gives them control. While others are shocked by betrayal, they anticipate it. While others are hurt by manipulation, they design it. They don't get disappointed by human nature. They use it. 4. They are comfortable being misunderstood. Good people want to be seen as good. Bad people don't care how they're perceived as long as they win. They understand something powerful. Your reputation is less important than your position. They allow people to think they're arrogant, people to think they're cold, people to think they're selfish, because while others waste energy correcting perceptions, they're building empires. They don't explain themselves to people who don't matter, and that emotional independence makes them dangerous in a strategic way. 5. They say what others are afraid to say. Most people self-censor. They swallow opinions. They soften truths. They dilute messages to avoid conflict. The worst people don't. They speak bluntly. They say the uncomfortable thing. They confront directly. This creates authority. Even when people hate them for it, they listen. Because clarity, even when brutal, feels powerful in a world full of hesitation. People secretly respect what they publicly criticize. 6. They don't wait for permission. Good people ask. Bad people assume. They don't wait to be chosen. They don't wait to be validated. They don't wait for approval. They take space. They walk into rooms like they belong. They speak like they've already earned the right. They move as if rejection isn't real, and often it works. Because most doors aren't locked, they're just untested. 7. They use conflict as fuel, not trauma. Conflict breaks good people. It keeps them awake. It drains them emotionally. It makes them question themselves. Bad people metabolize conflict. They turn criticism into focus. They turn enemies into motivation. They turn chaos into clarity. They don't internalize opposition. They weaponize it. That psychological resilience compounds over time. 8. They prioritize power before morality. This is the most uncomfortable truth. The worst people understand something society doesn't like to admit. Power comes before ethics, not after. You don't gain influence by being moral. You gain influence by being effective. Then you decide how to use it. Many good people want to be ethical before they are powerful. Bad people become powerful first, then rewrite the rules. That's why history remembers conquerors, not saints. 9. They are willing to be the villain. Good people want to be heroes in everyone's story. Bad people accept being the villain in most stories as long as they win their own. They don't need universal approval. They don't need applause. They don't need understanding. They need results. That psychological freedom is rare, and rare traits create disproportionate outcomes. 10. They understand that fairness is a myth. Good people believe the world should be fair. Bad people understand the world isn't. They don't wait for fairness. They don't expect balance. They don't rely on karma. They create advantage. And advantage compounds faster than hope ever will. Now, here's the real question. Does this mean you have to become ruthless to succeed? No. But it does mean you must unlearn weakness disguised as virtue. You can. Be kind without being naive. Be moral without being passive. Be compassionate without being powerless. The problem isn't goodness. The problem is goodness without backbone. Power isn't evil. Avoiding power is. And the world rewards those who understand that early. The worst people aren't successful because they're bad. They're successful because they're unburdened. Unburdened by guilt. Unburdened by approval. Unburdened by illusions. Once you remove those weights, you don't become evil. You become effective. And effectiveness changes everything. If this video made you uncomfortable, good. That discomfort is growth knocking. If it made you think deeper, stay here. Subscribe not for motivation, but for truth that sharpens you. Like this video if you're ready to stop playing small. And comment below, Power with Purpose. Because once you understand the game, you don't have to lose your soul to win it.